Hey everybody, welcome back into Universal Beauty, and today we're just going to go old school, and as we had discussed in one of the previous videos, we're just going to work with old palettes that we already have and kind of refresh on those again. And today I'm going to be showing you how to get like just a neutral look with the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, and you'll be surprised at how you don't have to always have something outrageous when it comes to this brand. You can absolutely dial it down to be subtle, and if you want to know how to get a nice kind of a cinnamony sort of smoked up look like this, just keep on watching. Okay, so far, just to save time, I've gone ahead and done my foundation, a little bit of contour, and a little bit of bronzer only, using the Naked Skin Urban Decay foundation, the Too Faced Cocoa Contour for contouring, and my favorite Too Faced Chocolate Gold Soleil for the bronze up. Okay, so what I was thinking is that last time I think, I mentioned that I was going to explore some older palettes. Just because we have them, we might as well use them. I haven't really been buying much of anything. I got a couple of those Morphe palettes on sale. But anyway, I thought it's good to revisit some old friends, and in case there might be new to you, so you can see what they can do. And I thought, well, the product that I find a lot of people are kind of afraid of because they think it's just on the outrageous side is all the Jeffree Star products. So today we're going to revisit the Blood Sugar palette, and we're going to go in with this. And today, this will just show you how versatile these things are. I mean, you look at it and it looks pretty red and a lot of pink and peachy, but there are colors in here. Today, for example, I'm going over to, it's Father's Day. I'm going to go over and say hi to Dad, and just do some of that stuff. So you don't, you want to calm down and not be too outrageous going over there. So I'll show you how you can do a really neutral, nice look with a palette like this that is, thought of as being a little on the outrageous side. Okay, so first of all, let me just grab a brush here. I'm going in with this Sigma Diffused Crease brush. This is an E38. It looks like this. And I'm going to start off with this color here, which is called Sugar Cane. It's a nice little neutral there. And just want to load my brush with that and just kind of start working it into the crease a little bit. Oh, and by the way, I did prep with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance too on my lids. I hope I'm not getting too much of a glare going here, but anyway, let's give it a whirl and just start working this in. Yeah, so I'm going to go and say Happy Father's Day and see this. Now we've found that we have like a really good family game for during, social distancing, in that we're playing croquet. We've always played croquet in this family, but for a while there we kind of knocked off of it. I don't know why. Maybe it would just got to be like the rainy season over the holidays and stuff, and it was like, too cold. But yeah, we've always, played this, and we got back into it with Mother's Day, Memorial Day, and yeah, so we're back at that competing again. But it's the perfect kind of social distancing game because you're not on top of each other. There's like you set up your backyard as the course, and it's not perfect because it's not like a proper croquet lawn or court, but it's it's got the terrain is a little wobbly at times, but it's still fun, and it's a really good way to hang out with your family and be able to do that outdoors and with enough distance between you if you don't live with your family members and you still want to see them. Okay, so that's just laying down a nice little layer there. And next up, I'm taking this Sigma Duo Fiber Blend E41. It looks like this. There's a little bit of shadow left over from something else. The tip is usually white, and it's it's a synthetic thing. So I'm just going to take my little sponge thing and clean that off a little bit to get into my next color without cross-contaminating them. And I am going to go into this color here that's called Ouch. Oops, sorry, like this. And it's sort of a yellowy brown, I guess I'm gonna say, or like a, you know, it looks like clay in a way. All right, and I'm starting at my outer corner and I'm just working this through my crease to darken that a little. So yeah, I just still trying to think of ways to go out into the world. You know, things are loosening up a little bit, but God, I don't know, call me paranoid, but I'm not doing it. I'm just hanging out and until I feel safer, you know. I just, the way, I'm always complaining about this, I know, but the way that I just see people being so kind of reckless and careless, I'm too scared to do anything super public where, you know, people are in a closer proximity, or even go to like restaurants. I'm not doing it. Not for now anyway. But I think it's an individual choice, and I know people have to get back to work, and I understand that too. And there's plenty of people that are willing to go and patronize, you know, these places, and that's all great. But yeah, I think I'm just going to hang back a little longer. Can you tell? Look at, haven't been to a salon in months, so I'm still doing the real camouflage thing for now. All right, so let's see. Now I just kind of want to get my dedicated blending brush and yeah, diffuse this a little bit. And of course I can't find it. Here we go. Okay, just this. Doesn't do anything but blend. It's never dipped into shadow of any kind. It just is there to soften the edges. And you don't have to care too much because you're not depositing color. You really are just diffusing color there. So you break up any line that would be there. Okay, and let me see this one. This is your Sigma Firm blender. This is the E44, and it looks like that. And that one I'm going into this color here that is called Intravenous, which is kind of a reddish ruddy brown kind of color. And this one, okay, now I'm again deepening that corner even more with this, and I'm starting to pull it onto my lid a little bit, and I'm, you know, still kind of working along the crease line too, but kind of just below the crease really. This one is more going on the lid and into the corner and underneath. I probably should have put some eye drops in. You know, I'm telling you guys all the time about those Lumify eye drops and how great they are. Yeah, I don't ever like to forget that because, man, 60 seconds and done. Amazing. Okay. And let's see, so now I'm going to be coming onto my lid, and I think I'm going to start, I might layer over this, but this color here is called Sweetener, and it's like a peachy kind of a satin. And I'm going to take my Sigma cream color E58, and it's like this, but it's very flat, domed top. And I'm just picking up some of that color of Sweetener, and I'm just going to run that in the middle of my lid. You can do this with your finger too. Sometimes it'll be a stronger color of, you know, if you do it with your finger, but I'm just going to use my brush just to put a little bit of shimmer there. And I haven't really done anything to my inner corner, so again, I'm taking my dedicated blending brush, and I'm just rolling that over everything now. And it inevitably will get a little bit of color deposited in my inner corner. And I don't really have to lay down a shadow at all. Just working off of what's already there. Okay, and you see how it's an interesting color, but it's not crazy, you know? So let me see. Then I'm gonna do, well, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do a little bit of this candy floss, is this one here. And I think, again, I'll do the same thing with that flat brush. Clean it off first in my little sponge pan here. Get all the sweetener color off of there and go into that candy floss. And then here again, I'm not getting the brush wet, keeping it pretty diffused. And I now will go into that inner corner and pull outwards over the top of sweetener a little bit. And into the bottom, just if whatever's left on the brush, I'm just kind of doing it in my inner corner. Okay, so again, let me just hit this with my blending brush one more time because I still see a little bit there that I want blended. And then there's this color glucose that is like a pure white. And I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit of that on a fluffy brush to, you know, do under my eyebrow. Let's see what this one is. This is a Sigma Blending E25. Okay, make sure there's no loose shadow left over from something else on there first. Okay, so I'm going into glucose. And again, not picking up too much. It's not going to be a big deal. And I'm just going under my eyebrow. See, you're not seeing any real white. It's just brightening that up a little bit right under the brow. That's it. Don't be afraid to use your fingers if you need to, you know, hit any spots you're not happy with. Okay, I'm going to be calling this done pretty much. So you can see there's a lot of outrageous colors in here, but you don't always have to go like super glam with these palettes, you know. These can absolutely work for your everyday. So that's why, you know, don't be afraid of the name. And you know, the tutorials, you see a lot of people do like to show you the very vibrant colors and how far you can go with that. It's wonderful, but you don't have to. I'm gonna just let me see, what do I want to do here? I'm taking this Too Faced Perfect Eyes waterproof eyeliner in this brown color to go under my lower lash line, because I don't particularly like to use black under here. I think it's too hard for me. You can certainly get away with that if you've got deeper skin tones or you're really tan or something like that. But yeah, when I do it with my my coloring, I just end up looking like too hard. It works with some looks, but most of the time, you know, you find the brown is better. Now this one's got like a little smudging end to it, a little slanted smudging end, and so I'm just going to take that and soften that line up a little bit more even, and just kind of move it into the skin without, you know, just breaking up that line a little bit. That's better. Okay. And for the top line, I do go black, and this one, I'm still liking this a lot, that I told you about, the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof pencil. I like this thing a lot. And gosh, it's just so inexpensive compared to a lot of other liners. So I'm just bringing this out over the top. Of my lashes. And underneath, because I like to color that flesh line in my, well, let me see it. Waterline I always consider bottom one, and I don't really ever do that, but I guess this in a way is a waterline too, your upper waterline or your under lash line or something like that. And if you don't normally do that, your eye kind of has to get used to it. So it wouldn't be the thing to try right out the door, you know, because it could make your eyes water. If you're not used to having something touching you there, then it can get like a little tricky for you. What are we going to do for a blush? You know, I could go with my Old Faithful Edward Best, but I kind of want something maybe a little peachier because of the... Let's see, this one is Like My Melons. Like My Melons. This is the Fruit Cocktail Blush Duo from Too Faced. And, you know, it's more of a corally kind of a color. So I'm going to go with that today. And again, let me just run my brush in that sponge to knock off any old pink that was on there. Okay. And this is a duo color. It's kind of got the, well, maybe it's supposed to be a highlighter and blush together, but I'm kind of just going to give it a little swirl to mix the two together because I'm not using it for a highlighter. Okay, and I'm, you know, being very light touch to just deposit a little color on my cheeks. Good enough. Okay, so I will go and I'm gonna just do my mascara away from you. We're just trying to move these along and save some time so you're not sitting here watching for a real long time. And we just went over the 15-minute mark. So let me just go do mascara. I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are done. So now let's work on eyebrows. Just gonna grab a little spoolie and comb them out. This one is always my worst eyebrow because it's super sparse right here, but it's also got this little area right here that's bad. Anyway, gonna try something I saw somebody else do. I can't remember who it was now, but I thought this looked kind of interesting. First, they take their eyebrow gel and go ahead and comb everything into place. And that's just the clear Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Okay, and just comb everything in place the way you'd want it to be. Whoops. For me, that's just up, and then I slope it down the sides because I want mine with a little bit of an arch to it. So, okay, now you got that going. And let this just dry down for a second or two, and then you come in with your Precisely My Brow. And, whoops, this is the wrong one. Where's my Precisely? This one is the Goof Proof, and it's also a good one, but it's not the one I'm after today. I am after this one, which is the Precisely My Brow. Okay, I'm in the shade 3, and you know, it's just got this teeny little fine point. I don't even know if you can see that, but you know, there's your color. And yeah, then after this gel dries down just a little bit, you can just go in and very, you know, precisely fill in the areas. You don't have to push your whole brow and color like that. I only just hit the sparse places. I'm just checking this technique out. I start in the inner corner because that's where I'm real sparse, and I'm just, you know, making little hair-like strokes. And just anywhere that I see a little spot that I think needs a fill in, I'm going ahead and doing that. Okay. That wasn't much. And then same, this again, this is my brow that's a little worse, and so it takes a little bit more effort and color in. think you can like recomb anything into place that you think you might need after you're done doing this, but I feel like I'm pretty satisfied with that overall, and I don't think I need to. So I'm good with that. Eyebrows, done. Okay, so the last thing, well, one of the last things, I guess I want to do a little highlighter. I'm going to go for this Too Faced Canary Diamond. It's real gold, but it's not going to like be real streaky gold. I just take your little highlighting brush, give that a couple of swirls. Okay, and then I'm just tapping along my cheekbone here lightly and giving that just a little glow up like that and like that. You can come around like in a C if you want, and hit your Cupid's bow, which I like to do. Okay, and from there, I'm going to just take this Morphe pencil that is called Sweet Tea. Okay, and I'm going to just do a lip line with that. Especially under the bottom lip, if you give yourself you can either do it with a pencil or like with a, you know, a little contour brush or something. Gosh, I'm just trying to think. Okay, well, this is a little unorthodox, but I know I still have a little bit of shadow left on this brush here from what I was using. Whatever's left on the brush, just swipe that back and forth below your bottom lip, not corner to corner, just right underneath it. And it creates a shadow, which makes that lip seem fuller. The shadow makes everything recede, and the highlighter will make everything forward. So yeah, if you just dust a little right there, it kind of makes that lip appear, that bottom lip appear fuller, which is like a nice thing. Okay, so for a lip color, I don't know if I've got anything up here on my desk, so I gotta dig. But if I can see something quick. Okay, this is the Kevin Aucoin. Don't know what's the color on this one. Tend pink, maybe? It's hard to read because it's a little bit older. I don't know what that says, you guys. I think it says Tende, Tend pink. So it's kind of this peachy pink, really. It's looking a little bit pinker on camera than it actually is. And it's just a really nice gloss to just put on there over the line that you kind of just created with the pencil. And you can use the brush to kind of meld them together, because you're not looking for a hard line there, remember. Some people do, though. If that's what you enjoy, then you ought to do that. But yeah, I'm just looking for a nice gloss. And again, I think I'm just going to hit over the top of that with a little, the top in the middle with a little bit of a canary. Yeah, that's working for me. Okay. So this is pretty much going to be it for my Father's Day look. Now I'll give you a closer look at how these colors are blended. This is all from the Blood Sugar palette, and super easy to do. You can do subtle looks with it too. Now, okay, maybe some people wouldn't call this super subtle, but you know, you don't have to use as heavy as a hand as I do either. But I just don't want you to feel like any of these palettes are not for you because they seem too outrageous or something like that. There's even ways to work those reds into a nice neutral look. You know, we can do that at some point too, and I'll show you how you can achieve that as well. Anything, the blues, the greens, purples, any kind of colors that you might tend to shy away from because you think, oh, it's just going to be too much. It doesn't have to be. It's all in the way that you do it. So don't ever think that a palette is not for you. let me just do something with my hair. I will be right back, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, so that's another one down, and I guess the finishing thing would just be to give your face a little spray with this, the refreshing mist, the setting spray, and you'll be good to go for the whole day. So if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would join us, and you can hit that little notification bell down there to let you know every time there's a new upload. I'm trying to do them on Saturdays or Sundays now, and if you found anything about this helpful, or you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and because that kind of helps me out to try to grow the channel a little more. Anyway, thank you for being with me. Happy Father's Day to all of your dads and husbands and baby daddy and all that kind of stuff. So everybody have a great day today, and I'll see you next time. Sparkle hard, everybody. Bye bye.